It's What I Learned Wednesday, and today I'll be talking about the redemptive qualities of apologizing and the uplifting power of forgiveness. A collaborative gathering place especially for women to share personal stories, support, and advice, wisdom included. An apology is an important ritual, a way of showing respect and empathy for the wronged person that can disarm anger and prevent further misunderstandings. Compassionate, caring people understand the value of an apology, even though governmental leaders may not. Many years ago, I worked for an airline where I was responsible for the boarding process for several flights each day. One day, the flight I was working was held on a gate delay. There were 2 empty seats, so I knew we might get 2 more passengers before we were cleared to go. 2 passengers did show up just as we were ready to close the door, and they quickly boarded. After the flight left the gate, I found out from my supervisor that those 2 passengers boarded the wrong flight because I failed to ask their destination. I believe the gate agent should not have sent them down the jetway to board the wrong flight. I felt the passengers should have asked if this was the right plane before boarding. I wanted to shun their responsibility and point the blame to somebody else. I began to argue with my supervisor. Then, knowing I was at least partly to blame, it seemed pointless to argue the matter, and blushing with shame, I apologized. My supervisor immediately forgave the incident, and we worked together to fix the problem. This is what I learned that day. Getting blame out of the way by apologizing means we can move forward and work on the solution together. Not only that, but most people are eager to forgive if we acknowledge our mistake, learn from it, and demonstrate better choices in the future. According to the Harvard Negotiation Project, when we are responsible for hurting someone, we might get angry at the person we harmed, avoid the situation, or try to rationalize our behavior rather than apologizing for it. However, when we apologize and openly acknowledge regret for the incident, we can move forward. Offering a form of compensation or trying to fix the problem signals that we are remorseful. Fully accepting responsibility for one's actions expedites the forgiveness process. Knowing this, do we easily forgive the person who wrongs us? What if they don't apologize? Or what if the person I'm angry with is myself? Forgiveness is the act of compassionately releasing the desire to punish someone or yourself for an offense. We can take solace in the idea of karma, that sooner or later what goes around comes around, and that the best revenge is success, happiness, and the triumph of not giving vindictive people any dominion over our peace of mind. Forgiveness is a solution for transforming anger. It liberates us from the trap of endless revenge, so we can experience more joy and connection. Forgiveness liberates us from negativity and allows us to move forward. How does the simple act of forgiveness do all of this? Scientists using specialized biofeedback equipment studied the brainwaves of tens of thousands of people and learned how to increase our alpha wave production. Alpha waves are associated with high creativity, compassion, insight, forgiveness, and love. The people behind the program discovered that the single biggest factor suppressing alpha waves is holding on to grudges and anger. When we increase alpha waves, we reduce depression and anxiety and enter a relaxed mental state that allows us to be more creative, insightful, and happy. We can accomplish this through practicing forgiveness with these 3 steps. Step number 1, set the scene. Close your eyes for 2 minutes. Bring back all the anger, frustration, and pain you felt when someone in your life wronged you. Feel yourself in that moment and picture the environment. Step 2, feel the anger and pain. See the offending person and allow your emotions to surface as you relive the anger and pain. Step 3, forgive into love. See that same person in front of you, but instead, feel compassion for them. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How did this situation make my life better or help me grow? Next, think about what pain or anguish they may have gone through that made them do what they did. It is said that hurt people, meaning those who hurt others are doing it because at some level they were hurt too. Forgiveness does not mean you need to let that person back into your life. Protect yourself when necessary, but do let go of the pain of what happened. You don't have to ask the other person to forgive you. Just forgive them, which is completely within your control. Offering apologies and granting forgiveness are not just social niceties. They are necessary components of a life filled with peace, contentment, and the ability to move forward. Leave a comment below if forgiveness changed your perspective or relationship, and tell me your story. If this is your first time here, please take a moment to subscribe. I'll continue to post new videos several times each week featuring personal stories, support, and advice, wisdom included. The people behind the program discovered that the singles...